What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're taking a look at a title from Allah War, the people that did Necrosmith and Beholder, called Wall World. This is a game that is set where the entire world is like a big vertical wall, and the people that live in it use big mechanical spiders to go up and down the walls mining for the things they need, while holding off lots and lots of enemies. This game is very clearly inspired by Domekeeper, and having played through the demo now, I think twice. I have some thoughts about that I'm going to kind of sandwich into the end of the video. This demo is going to be available during the Steam Next Fest. I'll have a link for you down below in the description just in case you wanted to try it out for yourself. On top of that, you can also find a link down there to my Discord and my Twitch stream, but for right now, there's actually like an intro to this game, but it plays before you open the demo to kind of give you like some narrative and storyline. I'm going to let that run and kind of read over the text, and then we'll actually start playing the game proper. My grandpa once said that the wall has an edge and people used to live at the bottom of it on the ground. He said that the earth was round. That's crazy, right? How can one live on a ball, and how would he know about that bottom? We've been living on the wall for generations at least, and so far nobody's found either the top or the bottom of it. The wall stretches infinitely in all directions, and its bowels provide us with everything that we need. It's not that bad, really, if it wasn't for the Zyrex. The creatures attack like clockwork, so you don't want to go too far beyond the perimeter. But sometimes we still have to make these forays, and sooner or later the mines are depleted. The only chance of surviving such an expedition is your robo-spider and the wall digger exosuit that's connected to it. But even with the proper equipment, not everybody returns. In fact, not even half of them do. As for the rest, for some reason, I increasingly want to believe that the rest find the very edge my grandpa spoke about, and maybe his words affected me more than I thought. Maybe that's why I became a wall digger as well, to find the edge of the wall. And so there you go. There's a little bit of an intro. Let's go ahead and start the game on off. The game has meta progression. You are meant to die. It's effectively a game where we're going to take our big spider and we're going to crawl around on the wall looking for mines, finding goodies, revealing sort of narrative, finding kind of abilities that will persist in between runs. And so there's our big spider right there. It's very, very well animated. One of the things you're going to find about this game is that it's actually like shockingly beautiful and really, really good looking. Despite the fact that the game is kind of derivative of Domekeeper, everything looks really, really good in it. And then once you get to these spots, you've pretty much just got to start mining and finding resources. You've got kind of like a suck-it vacuum that you can use in order to pick up all the various ores and things that are rattling around. And once we're all full up, we'll take that stuff back to the robot and we'll use it to upgrade things and to get new weapons and to make the weapons we already have even better. Lots and lots of things to fiddle around with there. For right now, we also get XP for every single tile that we mine out, so it's usually a good idea to completely and totally tap out a mine before you leave, because those little wisps that are kind of like migrating towards our character, they allow us to buy metagame upgrades. There's not too many of them inside the demo for right now, but they do exist. So let's go ahead and pick up some of these goodies. Sounds like we're under attack by the buggy boys. Hey, get inside my vacuum, bro. There we go. So I'll put the stuff inside the vacuum, and then we're going to jump on into the spider. And as you can see, we have a rotating gun, just like I said, this game is very, very, very much like Domekeeper. The only difference is your spider can move around to like dodge and do things of that nature. But like I said, I'm going to try to condense those thoughts to the end of the video right now. Let's just go ahead and play the game. There's not too much for us to get done here. If you actually aim your gun properly, you can mine 2 of these nodes at a time, and it works out pretty well. There it is right there. Perfect. And so I actively try to mine 2 things at a time when and where I can, because it makes for good time efficiency. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see that we've got a repair meter. That's how much HP the spider has left. Next to that, you can see a timer that tells us when the next attack is coming. And then over to the other side of that, there's like an electrical meter. I don't actually know exactly what that does, because inside the demo right now, I don't know if it actually does anything at all. We've got all of our stuff. Let's go ahead and head back to the spider for right now. We'll finish off this mine after this current wave. You kind of want to be inside the spider when things kick off. We've got 14 resources for right now that we can play around with. I would suggest that we take the movement speed upgrade so that we can get into and out of the mine much more quickly. And then I would say we probably take the damage increaser. That sounds pretty good as well. We're virtually guaranteed to fail this first attempt. There's not really too much that we can do about it because the game is going to give you a supplementary weapon on the in-between that you can trigger on your own that does a whole bunch of damage to the bugs and wipes them out in a big old AoE. And until you have that, getting to the back end of the demo is going to be kind of unlikely. In fact, I'm sort of tempted to just like throw so that I can unlock it. but we'll play it as it lies for right now. We got buggies coming in. Where are they at? So we got some flyers over there. We'll go ahead and unleash a couple of shots at them. There we go. They've been knocked out. I'm going to move this way to avoid getting chomped on by that little bug right there. And then we'll go ahead and dive back on into the mine and see what tasks we can actively get done. We'll detach from our machine and let's get on in here. We should be like 30% faster, so that should help out with mobility and moving through the dungeon too. I think we're probably going to need to get a drilling upgrade pretty soon. I don't see too many ways around that. Grab that little ore right there before we move on. And I think there should be some more stuff up here. I'm just going to let it fall, and I'll pick it up off the ground once I get there. There's no explanation as to why there's no gravity inside of the mines. Like, clearly gravity is in effect, because in order to move up and down the wall of the world, like, we've got to have a spider that's got, like, grippies on it. And so anyways, I'm kind of confused why we're flying inside the dungeon right now. It would have made a lot more sense to me to maybe introduce some kind of like spelunky platforming mechanic, or, you know, something like that, or like Terraria or something like that to get it going and moving. But like, I'm not the creative one here, so maybe I just won't think on it too hard. I will kind of forestall my curiosity as to why we need a spider and all that kind of stuff if there's no gravity till later, I guess. I don't know. We'll come back and get those goodies in just a minute. I got to defend the spider for a second. All right. So we got that right there. Let's go ahead and attach to the spider, and we'll unattach from the wall so that we can beef it on out here. And it looks like we've got our first big contact over here. I'm actually going to throw so that maybe I can unlock the things that will allow us to beat the demo. Now that you've seen kind of the core gameplay, I may just let them chew on me for a bit. There's also no reckoning as to why I can't just like step on them with the spider and gush them. That has not necessarily been explained. And as we come up on the end here, the game does actually have a really, really cool death animation that I think it looks great. It looks utterly fantastic. If you can say one thing about this game, it is in fact that the artwork, like the art team, really, really, really delivered on this one. And so now that we've actually thrown, for 10 of my XP, I can get a rocket launcher, and I can also make the spider a little bit faster. Unfortunately, within the confines of this demo, that's pretty much the only thing that we can buy. There's a plasma drill that mines out a big chunk of the mine whenever you dock the spider. There's a vacuum upgrade. There is a hook that allows you to dash. And it looks like maybe these are going to be repeatable at some point. I don't know. It also looks like we can also dash up the walls if we have turbines. And then this one right here apparently hides us from the aliens. And on this side, it's classified, and we don't know exactly what that does. Now that we've got ourselves equipped a little bit better, we can actually play the full confines of the demo. I know this is a little bit of a weird structuring for a video, but kind of is what it is. I beat the demo like twice, and then I reset my progress, and then once I was like 5 minutes into the video, I was like, oh yeah, we can't really like win unless we have the missile launcher. Like, you kind of have to have the missile launcher. Nonetheless, here we are. Let's go ahead and dig away at the walls and see what we can wipe out, see what we can get going. There are like relics and things you find inside the mines, once again, just like Dome Keeper, that will upgrade your spider and make it do more awesome kind of Gundam stuff. There's a thing that allows you to get like a big landmine that blows up a big chunk of the mine. There are various weapons that you can swap in between while playing through the game. So there are things to fiddle with here. But let's see if we can get some of this wall cleared out first. I'm trying to dig through here with some rapidity. Like, I wanna knock this thing out real quick. There we go. Give me my XPs even though I have nothing to spend them on. Wipe that out right there. Cool. Sweep that, and then we're probably going to have to fall back and defend the spider in just a minute. So I might as well pick up all of my ores over here with my little vacuum sucky. There we go. Give it the old sucky. Keep the ores nice and happy. And then over on this side, we'll drop those off inside of there. And I think probably the first upgrade we're going to grab is just mobility so that we can move through the mine a little bit quicker. We do have enemies on the way in, so I'm going to detach from the wall because you can actually dodge enemy fire in this game. And that's an idea that I would like to see kind of like advanced, basically. That's an idea I'd like to see played with. Because as of right now, I don't think the demo really expresses like the game's identity versus just being kind of like Dome Keeper, but with a spider, basically. And I think that's obviously like a very, very pertinent thing that you kind of want to get across with your demo is like, okay, like this is obviously inspired by, but what does it do different? because to my eye, after having played the demo, there's not a whole lot of things here that make the game jump off the screen. Like, I haven't seen really a twist aside from the fact that, like, it's Dome Keeper with a storyline. As we get further up the wall, you're going to find, like, relic rooms and things like that that fill in the storyline of how the entire planet became a massive wall and, like, how we all came to live on that wall. But I'm not sure that Dome Keeper with a storyline is quite enough. Let me grab a few ores down here. There we go. I'm going to try to, like, double mine out some of these walls if I can, although I guess I don't really need to if I can just hammer my way through the middle. We'll use the old dig-dug strategy. We're going to have to go back and defend in just a minute. I'd like to get enough ore, though, to make this whole thing worth it. There we go. Grab some more ores. We've got one ore left right there, and I'm going to sprint on back to the boat in order to protect it from the beasties and nasties that are flying on in. We'll go ahead and buy a new upgrade. I'll probably go with, let's call it damage and rotation speed. Oh, I need 5 for the rotation speed. All right, so we're married to the damage for right now. And like that, the enemies have begun to arrive. The camera panning of terror and misery and murder is upon us. Let's lay down some flak fire here. I'm going to walk away from that little bug right there so that he doesn't get me. And it looks like that's pretty much the entire wave right there. We don't actually have that much to worry about. Get this thing docked, and I'll go grab a few more ores so that maybe we can either pick up some damage or like some more move speed or maybe like some mining or something. I'm not going to worry too much about getting rid of all the dirt because I don't think I need to worry too much about getting rid of all the dirt. Yeah, I think that's kind of like a dead end back there. We'll go down the middle right here. And it looks like we've got another black... Oh, okay, there we go. So we can drag this thing on back once again, just like Dome Keeper, in order to unlock bombs that will allow us to mine a little bit faster. I'm not quite done here. I've got a feeling that there's probably still some more goodies around that I can get my greasy, grubby little fingers on, and I would like them. But it looks like we're just about done with this mine right here. I don't think it's going to go too much further up, and away out in this direction. It looks like we've kind of hit like the hard wall. Let's go back. We'll drop this thing off with our tether, and then we will face off against another wave, and from there we're going to have to head north. We'll go ahead and unlock that. Cool animation for the unlocks. Once again, Alawar always brings it when it comes to art style. Every 90 seconds we get a bomb. Cool. We have a bomb right now that we could technically play around with, but at the moment, I think I'd like to buy an upgrade. So let's get some rotational speed right here. That looks good to me. And then we're going to have another wave of enemies in just a second. Enemies are here. Fire the missile. All right, big dog is down. We're going to wipe out some of these little contacts. I actually find that focusing on the ones that are on the wall can buy you a lot of time to allow you to maneuver and move around. There we go. And so our wave is done. We've got another mine right here. Let's go ahead and check it on out. I love this attachment animation. It looks so good. Like, it's just such a nice little animation. Honestly, the walking of the spider looks pretty good, too. We'll mine this on out, and that will take us to our first storyline node, where we find an ancient skeleton, and thus it turns out there was no doubt that the wall was in fact created by. Every time you play the game through, that tablet right there says something different that, like, advances on the initial idea. There's nowhere else really to go but upwards. So that's where I'm going to go, to the cloud line. Let us roll. There will be a change in the background as you get higher or lower. As of right now, you can't go down. Otherwise, the game blocks you and says this area is not available. You can also there's only going to be like 1 or 2 more mines that we're going to be able to get on into. Honestly, a pretty short demo from my eye that, you know, it lets you play for like 15 minutes and then you're pretty much cut off. Let's head north. We are going to get automatically attacked when we try to go past the threshold. We got a big guy right there. However, we have killed him. Let's go ahead and see if we can't wipe out that guy right there because he's a spawner. There we go. The spawner's down. We'll fire a missile to get the spider off to our left-hand side, and then we'll keep going upwards. I'm going to try to clear downwards now. We'll do our best here to dodge as many of the enemy bullets as we possibly can. Fire a missile. Don't know who it's going to go after. Looks like it went after the spider that was over there. There's another one, unfortunately. Okay. He should be dead in just a minute. There we go. We wiped him out. We wiped him out. Oh, we got a whole bunch of the little ones over here, too. All right, let's clear the upwards direction so that we can run away from these guys. I definitely think that focusing on the mobility of the spider and allowing the spider to move in unique and interesting ways, to my eye, is the best way to make this game distinct from Dome Keeper. So if at certain points you would go up into a chasm and you could launch over to the other side and attach to it with a hook shot, or there'd be like a overhang and you could attach to that and crawl across that and corner and everything else in order to evade enemies, honestly, I think that would be a really, really good thing to investigate in order to make the game different from Dome Keeper. Like, I think that the mobility is what the game has going for it, and they should play around with and develop upon that mobility in unique ways. That, to me, would actually get this game clear of kind of the accusation of being like a Dome Keeper copy, basically. All right, we have a new mine. Let us go and look at this new mine. I'm actually going to hollow out an area right here, and we're going to deploy the bomb real fast. Ooh, we are mining a lot slower. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do something. All right, give me the bomb. And with the bomb, we'll put it like right there. That seems all right. Then we need to get away from it. Cool. That actually worked exactly how I desired for it to work. Normally, my plans don't work out that sterling. The waves shouldn't be as bad as that last one that we just fought from here on in. I think that's kind of like a barrier boss fight, basically. Just to test that you've mined enough to upgrade your stuff. I think we've got like 7 ores. Okay, I can do something with 7 ores. Let's call it mining strength for right now, since we have gotten into a new biome that's taking us a lot longer to mine. And then we'll detach from the wall real quick, and we will open up with some gunfire. Enemies, where are you at? I got some lead. I got some lead, and I got some murder for all of you. Let's go ahead and open up on that guy real quick before he starts spawning more enemies. After that, we're going to fight our way north so that we can conceivably dodge bullets. We've got another missile going out. Ow, we are getting chewed on a little bit. We're going to have to clear all these flyers out real fast. Not all of them, but some of them. All right. Wipe those little dudes out, and then we should be safe. Let's go ahead and reattach to the mine, and we'll see what things we can find deep down in the recesses and tresses of this miney mess. It didn't really rhyme, I guess, mess. I was trying to make it rhyme. I did my best, dude. I was trying to be a good content creator, but, like, they just weren't letting it happen, all right? Damn you, grammar and phonics and rhyming meter and prose. How dare you do this to me live in front of a TV audience. I can't stand it. All right, we'll grab some goodies over here. And then these red guys right here are used for repairing your mech. I think the same. Is it the green ones? I don't remember in Dome Keeper which ones allow you to repair the dome. I don't know. I didn't play the game too much. I played it for a couple hours, like 3 or 4 hours, and then was like, that's cool. I think I've played enough of this. We'll go back over here. And actually, is my bomb respawned yet? I would like for my bomb to be respawned. Maybe I'll bring the bomb back with me on the next run. I don't know if I'm going to have time to actually grab that last one over there. Oh, I do actually... Okay, so we can drop things off. Let me buy another upgrade real fast. I want more movement speed. I feel very slow right now. I would like to feel less slow. And now that we've got that, I don't know if I have time to go grab things or not. Oof, that movement speed, though. That's the good stuff right there. All right, so we'll grab that. I don't think we're going to have much more time to get anything else done. I wanted to mine a little nook over there so I could drop the bomb into it, but I don't think that's going to work out for us. There's the end of the demo right above us, by the way, in case you were wondering. We have contacts on radar. Where are they at? We got a big guy right there. I'm going to rotate to the other side because they tend to come in in mirrored pairs. Fire a missile. Unfortunately, it hit one of the flyers, so it's not going to be that helpful. We'll stay away from as many bullets as we possibly can. Apparently, I would have been a terrible World War II gunner because I'm not leading enemies with any kind of tact. You do get battle damage on the spider. I would like to see that increased visually with panels dented and knocked out of the way as your HP goes down. But for now, you just get smoke that comes out of everything. Let's bring the bomb with us. And I'll probably just mine that out right there. And then I'll drop the bomb right there. And then we'll get to work over on this side. I don't know if there's going to be anything downwards. I guess I can mine out one more tile to find out. It does look like there's stuff that's downwards. So I'm actually glad that I took a chance and did that. Is there anything to the left? Not really. Looks like we've actually got a wall right there. I'm trying to go efficiently. I'm trying to channel all of my ancient Minecraft skills to mine effectively while I'm moving through the dungeon, but no promises. Okay, a little bit more ore right here. I would like to grab it before we leave. Don't know if I'm going to have the land speed or the hover speed to actually get back to base, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try real hard. All right, so we got 14 right there before the next wave that we can spend. I'll probably go for more. Got a chance to get extras. Let me get a repair off real quick, too, because we do have some of the repair things. Let's get better at mining, and let's get a faster fire rate. That seems okay to me. Detach from the wall, get ready from the next wave. And we'll see what the enemy's got for us. I'm going to try to clear maybe downwards first. We have any big readings? Fire the missile to get rid of the big guy. Oh, it went after the little guy. That was a waste of a missile. Depression. Got to stay away from that guy that's, like, above us. There we go. I don't know who that's going to go after. No, dude, it got blocked by a flyer. I hate it. I need the missiles to be taking out the big guys. Otherwise, this is just never going to get better. And it went after the one that was up above us instead of going after the two that are grouped up for an AoE. It would have killed them both if it had gone for those two in the center. It's kind of a bummer. Oh, well. Life is frequently a bummer. I'm going to get back over to the mine before I launch this missile. That way I don't waste too much time trying to get back to where we came from. I may have launched prematurely. Listen, it happens to the best of us, all right? Especially after a night of drinking. Let's go ahead and we'll go over here. Detach. Grab a bomb real quick because it's already up and on cooldown, so why not? For the XP, we'll kind of mine things along the way. Grab that. Is there anything upwards, or is this more of like a downwards adventure? This is a downwards adventure. Fair enough. All right, wipe that all out. We got a few more minerals over here for upgrades. Probably more than I can carry. There we go. Let's take those on back. We can upgrade our bombs since we're out of, like, upgrades for everything else. There's not really a whole lot of stuff in the demo. Like, there's enough to kind of get the idea across, but I would have liked to have seen a tiny bit more. Let's go for, I guess, rotational speed. We have the money for it. We might as well. We don't really have time to get back down in the mine, so we are going to wait for the enemy to show up, and then we are going to bowl them over with machine gun rounds. All right, we have contact. Maybe wipe out a couple of flyers just to keep bullets out of the air. I'm going to clear downwards. Took a little hit right there. They don't really lead you, though, so you can actively dodge bullets if you stay spry. That was actually a really short wave. I expected that to be a lot worse. Huh. All right, well, we'll reattach and we'll get on in here and we'll kind of see what happens. I'll mine some things along the way. Didn't bring my bomb with me. I knew I forgot something. Mine straight down Main Street. Hey, and it looks like that actually paid off. Do we have anything else going on this way? Not really. That goes upwards right there. So I guess a bomb would have kind of been useless anyways. How far over to the left does this go? It actually goes about as far as I wanted it to. Man, we got a bunch of goodies in here. All right. Decent bomb candidate spot right there, too. I'm just going to, like, crack the damage to tiles stays, like, in between waves. So you might as well, like, crack them up, basically, real quick before you come back so that you can clear them quicker. It does seem to be procedural. I don't think this is the same mine that I went through the last time that I played the game. Let me get some HP back real quick. Got some HP back. I've got stuff for bombs, but that right there gives me a chance to get an extra mineral. So I'll take the extra mineral. Let us fight out with the battle fighting against the many enemies of the tropical rainforest verticality. I don't know, dude. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in this game right now. Okay, we got a big dog out there. Let's go ahead and fire the missile nice and early. Wipe them out. Put a little bit of gunfire on him, since he's not really moving anyways. We'll clear northwards. And I think we got another big dog over here. Yeah, there he is. Go ahead and fire that missile. Good stuff. All right, let's move into the mine. Actually, I got a bomb. I'm going to bring my bomb with me. Just go ahead and chain it to my old nutties, and we'll just let them dangle. It's a strategy. Listen, dude, I learned this from Shaolin monks, okay? Let's go ahead and we'll put this over here. And I'll probably just drop you right there so that I can go work on other things. I don't know if there's going to be anything good down there, but hey, I tried. No one can say that I didn't. Nothing that way, so I think we're probably going this way. What the hell? So we've got a new thingy over here, and we can haul it back to our base with us, and this is going to be an armor-piercing shotgun that gets added onto our vehicle. Unfortunately, we cannot fire it simultaneously, along with, you know, all the other super cool stuff that we have, like machine guns and missiles. Well, you know, it's a new weapon, and it can single-handedly clear like an entire wall from those little crawly guys, and it one-shots the big orange dudes, and it one-shots the little stony jabronis that are running around. And so it's a nice thing to have for when you've got lots of really, really fortified enemies that need to get schwacked. We'll drop that on in there, and we got ourselves a shotgun. So if I jump on into the pilot seat, we can swap over to the shotgun with Z and X. And as you will see, the shotgun is actually pretty good. So there you go. If we fire it at these guys over here as they get closer, it's pretty nasty, and it, like, clears down the entire wall. It's actually pretty good. Fire a missile. I don't know who the missile's going to go after, but I would like for the missile to go after someone. We'll go ahead and ventilate him real quick. Ventilate him. Keep firing down this wall just to give us some breathing room. Fire another missile. No clue who it's going to go after. It did not really go after who I wanted it to go after, but it went after somebody. We'll keep firing downwards. Fire another missile. Unfortunately, it was intercepted by a flyer. That sucks. I am not doing great right now. I'm very, very trapped. Another missile wasted. I really got to clear my airspace before I waste my missiles. I'm going to go back over to my machine gun. Fire a missile right there. It should have a free path. And down goes the enemy. And that's the demo. That's pretty much the entire thing right there. So let's get down to it. What do I think of Wall World? I think I've done a pretty good job talking about it previously in the video, but I think that the game does not do a whole lot during the course of this demo to distinguish itself on a mechanical level from Domekeeper. In fact, it has less stuff than Domekeeper had in its earlier demos. And so what you're left with here is a prototype that, for all intents and purposes, is Domekeeper with a different coat of paint. That coat of paint is very, very pretty. I think that the animation in this game is smooth. It's seamless. It looks really, really nice. The death animation looks fantastic. I think that the story is actually very, very interesting. Like, it's Domekeeper, but you're on a wall and you move up and down. But on a mechanical level, really the focus of a lot of these demos is to stir up hype for a game and show you what the game is all about. And it's okay to be inspired by another game. In fact, I think you could make a very strong argument that every game is inspired by another game. But with that inspiration, you've got to have a twist in there. Now, it's entirely possible that that twist exists in the actual 1.0 of the game. We do have an electrical meter over there. We do have other stuff going on in the UI that is yet to be explained. But you would want that to be in the demo, because as of right now, I don't know if the game stands on its own 2 feet enough to clear the blast radius of being called a Domekeeper copy. It's pretty, the animation looks great, the soundtrack is good, the sound effects are well selected, but ultimately this is Domekeeper, except the dome goes up and down. And so my opinion is that while they did a great job on the presentational aspects of the game, I would have liked to have seen some mechanical aspect of the game that establishes sort of like a distinct personality for this game outside of, you know, Dome Keeper, but you go up and down. And there was so little content inside this demo, like really all we have is mining and going up and down the wall, that I don't think that it made itself distinct, which is unfortunate because there's room here. Like, if you think about the things that a spider does, they're fast, they swing around on webs, they balloon. Like, I definitely think I would focus on the mobility of the spider and cool things you can do with the mobility of the spider, like hopping from wall to wall and things of that nature in order to make it more interesting, but it's not there right now. So until further notice, the question that the game has failed to answer is, why wouldn't I just play Dome Keeper? Which is really kind of unfortunate, given how good the game looks. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were taking a look at Wall World. Hopefully in future builds, those mechanics that make the game distinct become apparent. But if they don't, I don't really see a huge reason to play this over Dome Keeper. I will see you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet, but up until then, it's time for me to go. Bye, folks.